Hey guys, it's Lauren. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back. Today I'm sharing a bunch of makeup products that I've been loving over the past couple of months since I posted, I believe my last beauty favorites video was in November. So everything I've been loving is since then, as well as a few hair care and skincare items. I believe I have one in each of those categories. But as always, the primary focus is going to be makeup and especially lip products today. I don't know why I have so many lip products to mention, but I've just been trying out a ton that I've been really enjoying as well. So that is what today's video is all about. Before we get into it, two things. First off, I will have all of the products linked in the description box down below if you want to check them out. As always, they are going to be affiliate links, which just means if you decide to purchase one of the products using the link down below, I can make a commission off of your purchase at no extra cost to you. But I do like to always make that clear verbally on the video in the description box, just because you know, it is a law with the FTC, and I definitely do not want to be breaking any rules and violations. I just am extra cautious, and also it's your money, and I feel like you should know exactly where it's going, and anything I can do to, you know, have that transparency with you guys, I would like to. And secondly, I know that there's a lot going on in the world, and just a lot of uneasiness, and for me, and I know a lot of other people, uncertainty. And I've seen a lot of creators who have kind of continued their content just as, you know, they normally would, get a lot of like kickback and a lot of backlash. And I don't really, for me personally, I did want to address before we get into it why I'm continuing doing, you know, my regular content, and I'm not going to try and scale back on it. I'm not going to, you know, change up what my content's going to be about, although makeup can be a very, you know, I guess frivolous thing, something that seems so out of touch when it comes to everything that's going on in the world right now. I find that for me, it's a really good distraction because a lot of this, I already have a lot of anxiety in general, and this has caused a lot of anxiety for me. And I know a lot of other people are feeling that way as well, just because of, one, obviously the pandemic that we're kind of in. I mean, this is a very scary thing that's going on, but also just the paranoia of the public can be a lot as well. So for me, I want to provide a distraction because a lot of my the creators that I watch here on YouTube have done a really great job at just putting out content, and that has been really helpful for me and distracting me from all of this madness. So that is kind of the reason I'm doing what I'm doing. I hope that that didn't irritate y'all by like me taking a minute to talk about that, but I just wanted to say kind of my piece so that we can kind of not move on, but at least on my channel, so that I can provide a little bit of a fun time for you guys, something to get your mind off of all of this. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get into today's video. So the first product is one that's a little bit newer to me, but I've been trying it out over the past month, and I was a little bit hesitant just because it does have coconut water in it, as well as some fruit extract, which are ingredients that my skin can be kind of, I don't know, hesitant towards. It doesn't necessarily love those ingredients, but I haven't found an issue with it, and I kind of wanted to report that first. But this is the Colourpop Pretty Fresh Tinted Moisturizer. Here's what it looks like. This, I believe, is $14, and I have mine in the shade Fair 4N. So this has been, one, a really great shade for me. It's a little on the warm tone side, a little darker for me, but I think it'll be perfect during the summertime, so I'm just kind of waiting that out. I've been using this almost every single day when I've been going to school. Now, not so much, but I've really been enjoying it. I find that it does have hyaluronic acid, so it's been really good for my skin. It works better with some primers rather than others. A lot of times I'll just not even use a primer. I'll use my moisturizer, which I'll be mentioning in a second, and then I'll go on top with this, and it's really perfect. I can layer it up a little bit to kind of give it a little more coverage. I've heard a lot of people say that they can't get much coverage out of this. For me, I don't know if it's because I don't really suffer with like a lot of acne, or I'm really just trying to even out my pigmentation when I'm wearing a tinted moisturizer. And I've really been enjoying this for that reason. It's done a great job at just making everything look nice and even on my skin, and just laying down a great base, and it lasts really well throughout the day. That's one thing I find with tinted moisturizers. Sometimes I feel like certain areas of my face will get patchy because the product will like come off over time, and this one I have not found that at all. I love the way it wears throughout the day. Like honestly, I like it better after like 5 hours of wear time than I do when I initially apply it, which is so rare. I've been using the Glossier skin tint for a while, and then I realized that it did have alcohol in it, like just straight up alcohol. And that's an ingredient that my skin can't even handle. This has other like synthetic, I think, alcohols. I'll insert the two that are in here, but those are like alcohols that my skin likes a little bit better. They're supposed to be a little bit better for your skin rather than just denatured alcohol, which is in the Glossier Skin Tint. And I realized that was probably wearing down my skin barrier over time, and so it has been nice to transition to a product that I think I like even more. So I'm not having to give up that kind of natural makeup that I really enjoy from time to time. I'm not wearing it today. I am wearing my beloved Anastasia Beverly Hills Luminous Foundation because I do like a little bit more for coverage when I'm filming, but I can't even tell you guys, I've really been enjoying this. So I'm a big fan of Colourpop. You guys know that. I mentioned in a couple of videos, especially their conditioner. Their shampoo I find doesn't really make that much of a difference for my hair, so I kind of use that in conjunction with other ones just because it is a pricier product and I don't find that my hair really is, you know, just benefiting that much from it. But the conditioner I absolutely love. I believe that's the number 5 product that they have. This is the number 3. This is what you use here. Let me show you. It's the Olaplex Bond Maintenance number 3. But this is what you use prior to shampooing your hair and then conditioning it. You go in the shower and you kind of wet your hair and then you towel dry it off, place this in, you know, starting at the ends of your hair but kind of working it up so you just kind of lather your hair in this product. And then from like, I believe I normally leave it around for like 15-20 minutes just because I'll keep it in while I'm shaving or doing other things. But it says you only have to leave it in for 10 minutes, but for a longer, better effect, you can leave it in for a longer period of time. But for me, I had been using this for a while and I really did like it, but I would use it very inconsistently. I've been using this so much recently, pretty much every single time that I shower, because I only shower a few times a week when it comes to like washing my hair. And I've really been enjoying it. I find that my hair feels a lot smoother. The ends look a little bit better. My ends are a work in progress, so they're not going to be perfect. But I find that this has been really nice, and I've gotten a few compliments on, you know, the, I don't know, like the, how would you say that, like the shininess of my hair, I guess. And so this product I feel like has really been working, and I wanted to mention it to you guys because even if you don't have the other, you know, steps in the Olaplex line, I think this would be a good product, whoa, words, a good product to kind of implement, especially when it comes to like trying out a new brand. I think if you enjoy this, you might want to test out some of their other products as well, because this is a really good introductory product, I think, into Olaplex. Next, we have the e.l.f. Bite Size Eyeshadow Palette. Here is what it looks like. This retails for $3 at Ulta. I got mine for $6 because I'm dumb and didn't want to wait for the shipping to get it from Ulta. So I just went to CVS and they had it for double the price. And I was like, sure, why not? But it comes with 4 different shades. And I'm telling you guys, I am so thoroughly impressed with the formula on these shades. The 2 shimmers, I've been getting so much use out of them. They are so good. They do have a teeny bit of pull-up, but for me, I'm totally fine with it. It wipes off with a brush and I'm good to go. And I do my makeup, or like my eyeshadow, after my foundation. So, you know, I definitely, if anyone were to have a problem with it, it would be me, and I don't. The matte shade right here is kind of like a transition shade, and I was a little bit nervous because it looked like it would pull a little warm tone, and these other shades, you know, they are a little bit warm tone, but they're not as warm as that looks in the pan, and so I was a little nervous about it, but it actually looks beautiful in the eyes. It kind of has a little bit of like a neutral kind of pull to it on the eyes, and I love it. It works so well. Like, I really think it may be my favorite formula of a transition shade out there. Like, it just works so easily, and you know, you can build it up, you can go in with a heavy hand, like you can do whatever you want to, and it blends out so nicely. The shimmers are really nice. I do like to spray them with a little bit of like a setting spray. I've been using the MAC Fix Plus, that's been working great, and then tapping in with my finger to kind of get that shimmer back, because a lot of times I find that like when you spray a shadow, it can make it look a little bit more metallic, and I like the glitter, and it just looks so pretty. And I've really been into kind of mauve-y, you know, pinky tones recently. So when I saw this shade in the palette, I was like, I gotta try this out. I would pay $20 for this palette, maybe even more. I think the price point is, one, amazing, but it is not the reason that I love it so much. It's the actual formula in here. I really can't say enough great things about this, so I would definitely recommend checking it out if there's a shade in this kind of category that you would like to try out. So as you can see, especially with the next product that I'm mentioning, I've been really into pinky, mauve, rose gold eye looks. Like, I've just been loving it. And one palette that I've been using a ton, at least before I got this one, because I've been really trying to try it out, and I find I get very similar looks with both of these. So I've been I've been using this a ton, like honestly over the past few months. It is the Naked Urban Decay palette. This is the Naked 3 palette. This, I believe, is like $54. It probably is on discount now because I've seen a lot of the Naked palettes being, you know, discounted. But here is the shades that you get in here. They're really, really pretty, and they all work so well for me. I know that a lot of people didn't like this. I kind of touched on that in my old Makeup I Still Love video that I mentioned this in a few weeks ago. I'll have that video linked in the cards in the description box down below if you want to check it out. But this palette is, I just love the formula on it. I love the looks that I get out of it. They can be very similar to the e.l.f. palette, but then again, I find that you get more of a variety of shades in here. So if that's something you like, I would recommend checking it out, especially if it will be on a discount price, because I bet you can find it for a cheaper cost than $54. But I would be lying if, you know, I said that I liked any other eyeshadow palette better than this one, because truly, like, as far as like higher end goes, more palette rather than like quad, like this palette is my go-to recently. I can't get enough of it, and I know that people don't really talk about it anymore, but I can't deny it. I've been loving it. So this next product is a lip product that I've been using for the past month, like every single day. I've had it in my backpack and I've been putting it on throughout the school day, seeing if I really do enjoy it. I do. It is the Ciate Watermelon Burst Lip Oil. This is, I believe, $14 or $15. I'll put the exact price on the screen now. But they have a couple different versions now. This was, I believe, the first one that they came out with. But now they have a few more that I kind of want to try. But I also feel like I'm going to get a similar effect with all of them. First off, this smells so good. It is definitely artificial watermelon, so if you don't like that, you won't like the smell of this. But I love the applicator, especially, you know, recently I've just really been into kind of having tube applicators. It's just easier for me. I don't have to worry about using my fingers to apply lip products. And this is like a really good clear kind of gloss-like look is what it gives, but it is pretty hydrating on the lips. It makes them feel really nice and smooth. I'm not sure about the long-term, you know, hydrating, moisturizing effects. It doesn't really feel like a lip balm type product, but it definitely gives the hydration that I like in the moment, and it makes my lips look good. It doesn't make them, you know, chapped after, so I don't really mind. Sometimes some lip balms will make your lips more chapped, like they'll just, you know, intensify it, and this definitely does not do that, but it's not necessarily the most moisturizing thing, but it looks beautiful, it feels beautiful, and it smells really good too. So if you are into lip oils like myself, this one is a little bit slippy, but I think it's really comfortable, then I think you would definitely enjoy it. So here I have the product that I'm wearing on my lips right now. This is the Physicians Formula Rose Kiss All Day Lip Crayon. Here's what it looks like in the shade Blushing Mauve. The packaging makes it look like it's going to be a very pinky color, but here's a swatch of it on my hand. This is Blushing Mauve. It's a lot more, I don't know, just not, a little more neutral, not necessarily, you know, your bright pink shade, a little bit more everyday, which I enjoy. Like I said, I do have it on my lips right now, and you can see I don't have any gloss on it. So it's just the glossy and the kind of sheen that you see is from the product. This is the glossy finish version. They do have a matte version as well that I want to try out, but I just haven't. And you know, this isn't the most hydrating product at all, but it, you know, it definitely does feel pretty good on the lips. It doesn't feel drying, obviously, because it is a more glossy product. You do have to reapply. I mean, just like with any other more glossy product, you're gonna have to. But I like kind of the ease of this because it's in a crown type thing. I've really been enjoying it. The thing is, and I don't want to sound hypocritical because I'm not cruelty free, but, and like I did a whole video just a couple videos ago on like the best and worst of NARS, and NARS is not a cruelty free brand, but it just always makes me sad when brands go from being cruelty-free to no longer cruelty-free. Like, I hate that transition, and that is what Physicians Formula is currently doing. I did purchase this prior to that, and it is not going to prevent me from purchasing Physicians Formula in the future. But I did want to note that in case you're kind of under the impression that Physicians Formula is still cruelty-free, I want to let you guys know that they're not. So just kind of keep that in mind when you're purchasing in the future, if that's something that you like to consider. I did want to just make that clear because this is a very, very new change for the brand. Next up, we have the NYX Butter Gloss. This is in the shade Tiramisu. These retail for $5. You guys know I love my Creme Brulee Butter Gloss, and finally I wanted to try another shade. I have a swatch of this here in my hand. It's just that shade right there. You can see it's definitely a very opaque gloss formula, so you are going to get some color, and I enjoy that. It's a very comfortable formula. I love the smell of it, and it just feels nice on the lips. So I've really been enjoying it. That's really all I can say. I mean, it's a lip gloss, it's affordable, it works really well, not sticky, and I've been enjoying it. So yeah, I definitely recommend this shade. Next we have the Buxom Full On Lip Cream Gloss. Here's what it looks like in the shade Dolly. So Dolly is the shade that I've especially been loving recently. You guys know I love White Russian. White Russian, but this shade, Dolly, has been so amazing. It's kind of this rosy mauve shade that is a little bit more sheer than the NYX Butter Gloss formula. I'll do a swatch of it on my hand. I've been wearing it in a ton of my videos recently. It's just the perfect go-to shade. I feel like I'm going through it really quick. I got it around the holidays, so I've been trying it out for a few months now. I just think it's so pretty on its own, over a lipstick, over a lip crown, like the Physicians Formula one I just mentioned. I've really been enjoying it, and if you're someone who is looking for a shade that'll pair really well with those cool tone looks that everyone's been digging, including myself recently, this is a great shade to try out. Next up is a blush that I've really been enjoying recently. I've had it in my collection for quite a while, and the way that I would typically use it is using like a beauty blender, but I've changed up my method of applying this blush, and I've really been loving it just even more. It is the Colourpop Super Shock Blush. This is in the shade Count Me In, and I'll open it up and show you the actual shade. It's a little bit messy, because the way that I've been applying this product recently is dipping my brush, like just straight dipping my brush in and then kind of like patting it on my cheeks, and I've been loving the effect that it gives. These kind of Super Shock products, they apply like a cream, but they appear as more of a powder, so when you actually put them on your skin, they kind of turn in more to a powder type formula, which is what I typically prefer for blushes. I know the trend is kind of going towards cream blushes, but for me, I'm still in the powder, I don't know, obsession. I just love powder blushes, and this shade has been really pretty. I think it's gonna just be a great shade for springtime. It pairs really well with a lot of my more warm tone looks and looks that I've been doing for kind of dipping into spring. So I've really been enjoying this recently, although I used to only really use it as kind of a no makeup blush, which I still do. Now I can use it a little bit more for other looks, which makes it a lot more versatile in my collection. Alright guys, that's about it for today's video. I hope that you enjoyed it. If you did, I'd really appreciate if you'd stick around by subscribing and hitting the notification bell, that bell icon down below, if you want to be notified whenever I upload in the future. I just want to thank you guys so much for taking the time to watch my video and support my channel. I hope that you know how much it means to me. It really does mean a lot. If you want to see more makeup favorites videos, make sure to give this video a thumbs up so I know to do more in the future. I hope that you guys have a great couple of days until my next video goes live, and I will see you when it does. Bye!